Hi there, it's Natasha and thank you so much for joining me today. This is the baby card that we are going to be creating today, and I am mainly doing this baby card because I went to send one to someone and I have none. So I have a card base that is 110 pound Nina Solar White and a card front which is 80 pound Nina Solar White. And I have this Dynamics, this My Favorite Things set here, which is called Jungle Friends. And I'm all about using exactly what you have. So this one has been, I must say, like quite a favorite one in my stash. And I have this two elephants in it, kind of a large and a small. And I cut out one of each, mainly because my daughter's making the same card right along beside me. That I'm only going to be using the large one here. I have a piece of this blue cardstock and this stamp set, which is from AliExpress. And I use some cobalt blue, and I just used that dots one there to create a little pattern on that piece of paper. I just didn't have exactly what I needed, and so I didn't feel like I had the right colors already, so I kind of just created my own, you can hardly call it pattern paper, but my own little design so that it was exactly what I wanted and the right shade of blue. So I've used some foam squares to stick on his little ear there. The foam squares are from AliExpress. And then I have got a stitched circle, and this is what everything is going to sit on, this little elephant. And so I also have this stamp set here. This one is from AliExpress, and I'll try and link it down below. I have the balloon stamp, and I just want to curve it a little bit. So I've stuck it on my acrylic block and then just gently kind of curving it to the left. I'm sorry that I'm a bit off camera, but I'm going to use some VersaFine Onyx Black ink to stamp this balloon. I only need one, but I'm going to stamp a couple because it's me and I will usually muck up. And so I have stamped it on some Bristol smooth paper, and I'm going to colour it with my zigs just because that's what I seem to be using recently. They're out on my table, and yeah, I'm just having fun with them. But you could colour them with anything, coloured pencils, Copic markers, anything that you have available. So using a couple of colours per balloon, but nothing special. The colouring wasn't super important because they're not the biggest part of the card, but that's okay. Then I am just going to quickly fussy cut these out with some little scissors, and I think there are dies available for these, and in fact I might get some for the numbers, but these shapes are super simple to cut out, so it doesn't take too long at all, and there's not really any tricky edges or corners on these balloons. So there you go, all done and dusted with the balloons. This card came together so quickly. I'm going to use this Welcome Baby set, and it's going to say Welcome Little One. I really like that, although I guess the elephant has a blue ear. It could be for a boy or a girl, and you could just change up the ear color of the elephant and maybe the colors of the balloons. I did go slightly more masculine for the balloon colors, but still kind of nice and babyish. Then I have, this is the same blue that I used for the elephant's ear. I'm just cutting a little strip of it to go across the middle of the card. And again, this is what everything will sit on top of. This card was super quick, honestly. I might even reproduce these and make a few of them because these make for great baby cards. You can see I was deciding between some twine colors there. But I'm just using my Misty and holding that little blue bit in there just to get my spacing right. And it's going to say the welcome up the top and the little one down the bottom. But you could also say welcome baby boy, welcome baby girl, just whatever you like, welcome baby. And stamping it a couple of times so that it's nice and dark. From there, it's kind of just a nice quick assembly of the card. So I have all of my pieces set out on my desk, and I know that I want those two pieces to go together, but I was kind of just deciding that I would use the black and white twine. Now this is from AliExpress, and I will put a link down below if possible. So I just cut like a longish length of it, and I'm just going to use a little piece of double-sided tape and just to hold it in place and get started. The twine is just going to go straight around the middle of the card, and I'm just going to wrap it around a few times. And I didn't mind how many times it went round, 3, 4, 2. I was just really kind of as long as I had cut the piece. and I just wanted to make sure that it kind of crisscrossed over a few times, and that kind of gave it a nice pattern, so to speak. You want to have it tight enough that it's kind of tight, but not too tight so that it bends the card. So yeah, just somewhere in between nicely. And I'm not really worried about what the middle will look like, because obviously that is going to be covered up by that nice big circle. So just checking that that's kind of what I want, and I have taped the other end, and then using some foam tape. This foam tape is from AliExpress as well, and I really like this foam tape. It's really nice and easy to rip. It is super sticky though, but that's what I use for my crafting. Then I'm just going to put some foam squares, which are from AliExpress, and I just put a few on either side because they need to go over that twine. And this is what the little elephant is going to sit up on. Then some flat glue, because I have quite a lot of dimension already for the little elephant, and just put the balloons on with some liquid glue and a foam square, and that's the card for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this little card. This again is one of my favorites, even though it was so simple. I will see you next time. Thanks so much. Bye.